Thanksgiving week in California. A moment meant for warmth and kindness. But one appearance stirred a different kind of fire. A royal couple stepped into a food charity center in Los Angeles. The story shared online was simple. Serving meals, helping families, a humanitarian gesture. Yet the internet reacted fast, not with praise, but with suspicion. And the questions kept coming. The claims started with a social post. Nancy Sidley, one half of the Sidley twins, famous for digging into royal PR moments, raised the first red flag. She suggested the scene in the photos felt scripted, more set than service. She questioned whether the people in the background were real volunteers or hired faces. Not the first time such a theory has followed this couple. But it wasn't just about who stood behind them. It was about how they stood there at all. California food safety law is uncompromising. Anyone preparing or touching food must wear proper hair coverings. Aprons or protective outerwear are mandatory. Sleeveless tops are not allowed. Jewelry is restricted. No rings, no bracelets, no dangling accessories. Bare feet? Absolutely forbidden. And the photos showed something else entirely. Meghan's hair, open, flowing across her shoulders. Multiple bracelets on her wrists. A sleeveless outfit, arms uncovered. No socks, no closed shoes. Gloves missing. Hair covering nowhere to be seen. If these images reflected actual food preparation, it would violate multiple hygiene standards. But royal commentator Taz, another rising voice in the royal YouTube circuit, suggested a simpler explanation. She believed the organization didn't enforce the rules because the couple weren't actually cooking. They were staging a moment, not preparing meals. A photo opportunity, a spotlight grab.
Meghan Markle's Thanksgiving fraud exposed. Nancy Sidley has claimed that this visit, apparently for charity.
The cameras confirmed the framing. Meghan and Harry stood at a table completely apart from workers handling real tasks. No motion, no chaos. Just a clear, quiet corner. Perfect placement for a lens. A short visit, a brief stop. In, pose, out. And that, according to critics, is the problem. Not charity, but choreography. The conversation between Dan and Tasha, the channel hosts, mirrored what many now believe. The goodwill was drowned by optics, the cause overshadowed by the brand, the mission blurred by the method. And this wasn't new. Afghan refugee moments, pandemic nursery visits. Every appearance has faced claims of scripting, selection, curation. The more polished the image, the less people now believe the intention. Charity looks different when it's honest, Tasha said. When the cameras serve the cause, not the people. And the audience nodded silently through their screens.
Serving or handling food or utensils must wear a hair constraint, something that Meghan was obviously not doing, as well as clean outer clothing, no sleeveless tops, armpits must be covered up. It's not about modesty, it's about hygiene and preventing contamination. Also not allowed rings, watches, bracelets, loose necklaces, dangling earrings, facial jewelry, anything that can trap bacteria. Now, of course, that's not what Meghan did. I mean, Nancy even pointing out that she was...
Then came the AI analysis twist. A tool like Grok wasn't needed to see the collisions, but its name amplified the claims. When skeptics see algorithms involved, they expect precision. And once again, the report backed the critics. The hygiene presentation didn't align with California's legal expectations. But there was a parallel storyline running stronger than food gloves and extras. Across the ocean, another young royal made his public debut. Prince George walked into Royal Albert Hall under lights of elegance, heritage, and genuine awe. No secrecy debates, no forced privacy claims, just a prince beginning his era. And suddenly, timing became the loudest detail of all. Viewers pointed out how quickly the Sussex media moments follow milestones from the Wales family. A tooth lost by Prince Louis? Meghan appeared the next day, saying her own son was about to lose one. A debut by George? Then came a charity appearance teasing the presence of Archie and Lilibet without ever showing their faces. It looked less like coincidence and more like competition.
opportunity that they can. They will use other charities to promote themselves, and that's my guess as to why that they are not following the same rules that other people do, because it would be pretty shocking if Harry and Meghan are allowed to break such serious hygiene codes just because of who they are. But then people do enable them, they do let them get away with things. We know when there was COVID pandemic restrictions, they were allowed into a nursery to be photographed with people's children, and even the parents weren't allowed in. But I think that they just turned up, this was a quick photo op, and they were in.
Then the spotlight shifted again. Not to California, but to West Hollywood. A pop-up table appeared in a small local bookstore. White jars, hand-stacked labels, Meghan's products arranged like props for a fleeting retail scene. She once hinted at major retail partnerships, grand placements, store aisles, streaming giants pushing her brand. Instead, it was one table, one room, one half-day appearance. No rollout, just rearranging jam jars for a lens. A full circle moment, she called it. Returning to doors of the past, a reinvention resembling return. And while critics mocked the method, Catherine was praised again. Anna Wintour. Name that shapes fashion seasons. A question asked, which public figure inspires your classic holiday look? Her answer didn't hesitate. Not self-promotion, not trends. She pointed to Catherine. Classic coats, princess silhouettes, heritage shades, impeccable
this was the
tailoring,
most watched celebrity
timeless
interview
presence.
of the decade.
Of Ken, but is also focusing editorially on how Catherine has led the royals in championing the Duchess of Kent's treasured causes following her death, which is a lovely thing. Then Vogue releases a video of Anna Wintour praising not Meghan's style, but Catherine's. Watch this.
Perfect for you.
Hi Anna, what celebrity can I look to for my holiday style inspiration this season?
Great question. I don't think that you can go wrong with the Duchess of Cambridge, who always looks impeccable. And I think,
Huge praise, strong impact. The kind Meghan's team may have hoped for, but never received. But then came the body shaming wave. A viral conversation not about brands, but bodies. Comment sections sparking debates over Catherine's frame, shape, size, weight. A wave of noise around her appearance at public events. But Tasha defended this lane fiercely. Kensington muscle is real, she said. When someone is unwell or malnourished, the tone drains first. You don't carry strength in your arms if you're fading. And her face still carries life, presence, clarity. She has looked like this for years. This is not collapse. This is constitution. And for many, that ended the debate.
Been slim for a number of years, and when someone is malnourished or someone is not eating properly, someone is sick, they don't tend to have the muscle like Catherine does. And you only have to see her at events when you can see a bit of leg, you can see a bit of thigh, you can see her forearms, you can see that she's got really strong muscle tone. She obviously works out. She looks healthy in her face. I don't have any concerns. I believe that she is slim. Do I think that she would look better with a few more pounds on her? My personal opinion, I guess she might, but this is just a form of body shaming. Who are these people to judge what size she should or shouldn't be when she has looked like this for years? And I saw a recent picture, actually. Well, it wasn't recent. I saw it recently of, I think she was on honeymoon with Prince William, and she doesn't look too different. There was a photograph. The paparazzi got them walking along the beach, and she really.
Meanwhile, Prince William charmed crowds quietly at a Wiltshire pub. A burger, fries, no fanfare. Security guarding, not staging. No fuss, no flash. A normal lunch under a prince's discretion. Guests stayed guests. Staff stayed stars of the service. A tip left warmly, not weaponized for headlines. That's how trust is earned without announcements. And this is why the contrast feels so loud. One couple choreographed, another simply connected. One brand centered, another cause-driven. One narrative rests on doubt. The other builds quietly on consistency.
Lunch at an inn in Wiltshire at the Walnut Tree Inn. And he had a burger and fries, £18.95, and left a £75 tip, Tash. And the locals were all loving him there. And it's just totally normal. You know, yes, he had the security guards at one table, but didn't cause a big fuss.
No, he doesn't, though. I mean, Catherine and William have gone into pubs with the children and had
And as Chelsea Davy appeared publicly with her husband and children, smiling, thriving, unbothered by palace scripts, it reminded viewers of what might have been. Not heartbreak, just comparison of choices. A life shaped without cameras' demands. A love built without narratives of damage control. She glowed without needing to trend. Harry moved forward with his story. Chelsea moved upward with hers. Different paths, different truths, different trust. And maybe that's the heart of this moment. Thanksgiving photos aren't the issue. Charity isn't the suspicion. It's the pattern, the staging, the overshadowing of service by spectacle. When intent is unclear, no apron can fix optics. A season for gratitude became a season for questions instead. And the audience is learning the new language of celebrity moments. If it's real, you don't need to script it. Some stories are told for impact. Others are staged for attention. The internet now knows the difference.